In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at making some different shaped surfaces, like mathematical surfaces, without actually having to do any programming. I've showed that in a previous lesson, how you could actually take the points along the edge of a object and basically turn those into a parabola, and I've showed that in a programming lesson as well. But this is going to be a graphical based approach, and this is so fundamentally important to computer graphics and math and things like that. We'll just call it computer graphics. So for instance, the cone is really the basis of it all, and you've heard of conic sections, and with conic sections basically means you can slice this cone in different ways and you can get all kinds of things, like, believe it or not, a triangle can come out of a conic section, a circle, an ellipse, a parabola, and a hyperbola, right? So these are all really important mathematical constructs that are used in engineering and science, but it's also used for us for graphics. So let's just take this plane here, we're going to slice it, right, like this. All right, and so in order to do that, we'll take advantage of the Boolean operators. So I have right over here, I'll just go get it again. So basically I have this is called plane.002. We'll just call this we'll give it a name so I don't lose track of it. I'll call it the slicer, like that. Alright, so so now we have the cone, and I'll start here from scratch with the cone. I'll add a modifier, I'll go get a Boolean modifier, and I'll leave it in intersection, and then the object I want is the slicer, and there it is. So I have it, and it immediately slices it. Let's move it out of the way and see what happens. Well, I'll have to do something to fix that, but you can see what it does. It slices it like that. Let's apply it, see if it likes it or not. Sometimes they don't. Yeah, it does okay. So basically, if you look at it, that cone, the top of that cone is a circle, like that. So if we were to take two little slices, you know, we'd be left with a single circle. So that's one of the ways you can generate a circle, like that. All right, let's Control Z that again. Alright, let's move that back here like this. Now in this case we're going to slice it a little bit different. Alright, let's rotate this on Y, or oops, on X maybe. Rotate it on X just a little bit like this, and we're going to move it across here. So it intersects this side of the cone and it intersects that side of the cone at the same time. Alright, we'll go grab the cone, we'll get our slicer object again, and we'll apply it, and let's move this out of the way. And then what I have here is this shape on here becomes not just a circle, but it's, let me look at it from above in ortho mode, like that. That's hard to tell in that mode, like that, because we're looking at the angle. But basically we're starting to form the shape of an ellipse. It is an ellipse, all right? So it's not quite a circle. We'd have an ellipse has a different eccentricity than a circle. We won't get into that. We cover that in the math lessons, though. But it creates an ellipse for you, and if you create even a greater angle, you'll get even a different shape of an ellipse. All right, so that's another form. So if you were to make another slicer, that's how you could generate an ellipse. All right, so let's try something else. And this one might be the most practical for you as far as creating a parabola. So parabolic shapes are really commonly used, so we'll just rotate this more, rotate that on X a little bit more, and in this case what we're going to do, we're going to slice it so it intersects this one side and then intersects the bottom, but not this side like that. You can see where I'm slicing it there. We'll move it over to this section here like that. Alright, so based on doing that, yep, we've got it all the way through, and we'll go grab the slicer again and apply it and move that out of the way. And then basically what I've just created right here is a parabola. That's a parabolic shape, a parabolic curve, and that's how you use these conic sections, or just like that. Alright, very powerful techniques to use, and then you could maybe make another thin slice or extrude that out, and well, yeah, we could do that. Let's just do that real quick. We'll just go get that. Well, actually, one of the things you might want to do is change these faces up a little bit, make some more polygons in there, because it's having to do its own form of, you know, face filling like that when you first do it. But that's one option. But you could always just go separate out. You could grab these edges and then separate that out, like Let me see if we can do that with an edge select. Let me see if I can get that edge if it knows about it. Doesn't really know about it, but if I held Shift Alt like that, let's see how many it gets. Like it's that, 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 and that. Right, so suddenly I have, in fact I don't even need that bottom edge. I'll get rid of those. There's my parabolic shape right there. Right, so we should be able to just press P and separate that out, and then it goes away. So I'll leave edit mode and I'll go move this here. That's the whole surface. I'll grab that, and there's our parabolic curve. What a simple way to create a parabolic curve. Then you can spin that, extrude it, whatever you want to do, like that. So take advantage of these tools that they have built in, because it gives you a lot of power, and then you don't have to go, writing code or anything to be able to do it. So they both have their advantages.